Hello students, I am back with another important video and this is going to talk about your long writing skills. Remember in my previous video which had your short writing skills like notice and all, I had given you an important tip. Have you followed that tip? If you have, then I'm sure all short writing skills would have been revised. So now it is time to revise long writing skills. Long writing skills are for 5 marks each. Under this section, you will get letter to editor or job application and article or report. So ideally, you should get all 4 with internal choices. So you'll get 2 questions where there will be an internal choice. And I would suggest one thing, children. Don't depend upon selective sudding in this section. You don't really know that you could get 2 letters to editor in the same question as a choice. So you should be very sure about the format of all 4 writing skills. And you've been lucky as it is. Other long writing skills have been deleted. So focus on these 4 writing skills: letter to editor, job application, article writing, and report writing. Let's start with letter to the editor. As I said, it is for 5 marks, 1 for format, 2 for content, and 2 for expression. I will deal with this in detail in the next slide. First, let us understand what you have to do to get that 1 mark for format. So essentially, you write the sender's address. Here, I would like to mention, if the sender's address is not given in the question itself, just make it up. Maybe you could write XYZ Nagar, New Delhi. So make it up and write the sender's address, leave a line, write the date as I've always been telling you in the proper format. Okay, so no dots and dashes. If it is 1st January 2021, you will write it in numbers and words. Leave a line, write the designation. In this case, as you all know, the designation of the person who's receiving your letter is the editor. Then the receiver's address. Usually over here you write the Times of India, Bahadur Shah Zafar Marg, New Delhi. That's the address generally written. After that you write the salutation. For all purposes, I have been telling you, just write Dear Sir. And one more thing I must mention over here, some of you are in the habit of using punctuation mark after Dear Sir. So remember, there is no punctuation mark used in the address or even after Dear Sir. Followed by subject, then put a colon, highlight the subject, and your subject should be crisp and brief. It should not run into lines. Remember that. And finally, you have your complimentary close. So these are the things that you need to remember for that 1 mark of format. As you can see, I have also mentioned a little bit about the body of the letter. The first paragraph usually is about introduction. Second, you discuss the issue with 2-3 reasons. And when I say issue, usually you will find again that letter to editor, it tries to pick up an issue or a problem. So that has to be discussed in the second paragraph. And third paragraph, you need to give practical solutions or suggestions. This is very important, children. Give at least 2 to 3 suggestions or remedies. Moving on to some finer points regarding the content. I've just taken one question which was there in the question paper of 2018-19, and it was about inconvenience caused due to public protest and demonstration. So the inconvenience that is caused to public. As you can see, I've just mentioned over here, format is sender's address, date, receiver's address, subject, salutation, and complimentary close. This is for 1 mark. For content, 2 marks. You have to remember introduction, as I mentioned. So here, always start your letter to the editor in a very formal manner, and usually we start with the line, "Through the esteemed columns of your newspaper, I would like to draw the attention of the public to an important issue which," and then you can have various options like "which merits immediate action," "which needs to be tackled with utmost seriousness," or "which is causing grave concern to the public," or depending upon the question. So generally you start your letter to editor in this manner. Okay. Now the second paragraph is highlighting the points or the issues that I was talking about. For example, loss of public property, time and missing of important assignments, effect on emergency services. So these could be the points that you bring up in the second paragraph. And you could also say that this letter is being written to draw the attention of the concerned authorities. Okay. The third paragraph: urge the concerned department to take strict action or maybe better planning by authorities. And this you can say that in conclusion, I do hope you will publish my letter and help initiate public debate on this issue. Or you could end it in this manner: it is hoped that in future too, your newspaper will continue to carry such important articles, reports. Or you could even say, I do hope more informative articles on the issue will be published to help spread awareness among the readers. These are the ways in which you can end your letter to the editor. Now, coming to expression, grammatical accuracy, appropriate words and spellings, coherence and relevance of ideas and style. These are the things that are important when it comes to expression. These are the things that you need to keep in mind when you are writing your letter to the editor and you are aiming at 5 on 5. So you have to get 2 on 2 on expression also. So remember these points when you are drafting your letter to the editor. Job application. Now here at the outset, I must tell you that job application is written in 2 parts, children. Okay. One is your covering letter. And covering letter is exactly like, the format is exactly like your any other formal letter. Now your job application demands a very formal and precise treatment. And you have to remember that the format is almost the same as that of the forwarding cover letter, and it is accompanied by a curriculum vitae or your resume. So the first part is your covering letter, remember very clearly, and the second part is your CV, or as you say, curriculum vitae. We will deal with it in the next slides. Now, as you can see, I've put enclosures in red because this is something that is extra in your covering letter as compared to any other formal letter. What is the placement? Enclosures are written after you have signed off your covering letter. And what do you write in enclosures? Okay, so you have to write it as 1, 2, 3. 1 is a copy of biodata or resume. 2 is attested certificates. 3 is recent photograph. Okay, so 1 is your CV, second is your testimonials or certificates, and third is your photograph. When we come to content, now you always start your covering letter with the line, This is with reference to your advertisement in the Times of India. Date it, be precise and write the date, for the post of whichever post you are applying for, and then I wish to offer my candidature for the post of this. Okay, so you must clearly mention in the introduction itself, it says reference to the advertisement. You must refer to the advertisement. You must mention the job that you are applying for. And then in the next paragraph, you must talk about your suitability for the job. And finally, there should be a sentence in praise of the firm. That's optional, and you can then request for an interview. Okay, so that comes under your content. Expression is again grammatical accuracy, appropriate words and spellings, coherence and relevance of ideas and style. Now, let us look at what all are the options that can be followed when you are writing your covering letter. So as you can see, the first paragraph is introduction. You will start with, this is with reference to your advertisement in the Times of India, dated for the post of, and this I mentioned, I wish to offer my candidature for the post of, so be precise. Second paragraph, you talk about yourself. Well, it's exactly like you are trying to give the highlights of your academic and professional life in the second paragraph. So you're not going to talk about straight away that I did my schooling here and I did my college here, but you will only give the highlights. So you can start with this line, I have recently completed my whichever degree, my MBA or my MA or PhD, whatever. I am proficient at, I love to. So you are talking about some of your interests. So something that is applicable according to the post. I have 2 years experience in, I am currently the, so this is about your current position. I believe I can add value to the position through my years of experience and genuine enthusiasm. And the third paragraph, as you can see over here, I have mentioned, I have enclosed my resume for your review. I would like to meet with you at your convenience. I can be reached at, you give your phone number, or by email, you give your email ID. I look forward to hearing from you soon. So as you can see, it's a very formal and a very crisp covering letter. Next comes your biodata or curriculum vitae. As it shows on the slide also, that you must mention 10 to 12 points in your curriculum vitae. So these are simple points, children: name, father's name, mother's name, address, contact number, academic qualification. Now this again, I've tried to put it in a different color to draw your attention that you must make a table. A tabular presentation of academic qualification is very important and emphatic. Okay, and then I've added on points like experience, salary expected, languages known. Now for example, if you're applying in tourism industry, languages known will be an added benefit, so do write that. Interest now depends what kind of job you are applying for. Suppose you are applying for a marketing professional job and you write your interest as debate, speech, public speaking. So it shows that you have that convincing power. So remember, these points are as per the job that you are applying for. And finally, you end your curriculum vitae with references, that is 2 references, which means you will give names of 2 persons, fictitious, okay, with their designation and contact number at least. Okay, either you give it their designation and address or contact number. If you can give it all, you can make it up and give, that will be great. So end your curriculum vitae with references. Moving on to the next type, that is article writing. You've been writing articles for a very long time, but somewhere we need to write it as per the demands of the CBSE paper. So the first thing that is necessary for an article is a catchy title, so that the reader is attracted towards your article. He wants to read the article. Under that, you write the name of the writer. Now, an article should always open with a striking opening sentence which addresses the readers and gets them interested in the topic. It's very important. You can quote statistics, you can ask a question, okay? So try and catch the attention of the reader in your opening sentence. Then present a strong argument of your ideas, supporting it with evidences or elaboration. Now, evidences could be statistics, as I said. It could be, it could be fictitious. You could make it up, but something that one can believe. Okay. Next, very important. I should have highlighted this, in fact. You should use linking devices. Linking devices are connectors like however, therefore, although, even though, in order to, finally, to construe. All these connectors, they actually, bring all the ideas together in a cohesive manner. And therefore, it's very important to use linking devices. Now, introduce a new point at the beginning of every paragraph to strengthen your ideas. Again, that is also very important. And finally, conclude with your strongest point. Leave the reader with a question to ponder. I'm telling you, children, this is really very important and it works. If wherever you stop, if you have actually put that question in the mind of your examiner and he begins to think after that, well, you have created that impact with the help of your article. Now that's the sample that you can look at. On the top, you can write the title, under that by. First paragraph is introduction, a comprehensive introduction touching upon the plus and minus points of the topic. It could be this, it could establish the context, or you could put the topic in perspective, specify and delimit your topic. You could put a rhetoric question or give some startling facts, statistics or quotation. It's up to you. Part 2 or para 2 is your exposition. Spell out the various aspects about the topic: merits, demerits, causes, consequences, effects, advantages, disadvantages. So this could go up to 2 paragraphs. Then the next paragraph is your winding up. Give your opinion, comments, criticism, recommendations. And finally, the conclusion. Conclude with a hope, a warning, an appeal, a call for action, or a question. So I've given you so many options. Okay, you must use one of them in order to conclude your article in a good manner. Next is report writing. A report, as you all know, could be a brief note or a complete detailed information about an event that has taken place in the past. This is important, that it has taken place in the past, and that is why you always write the report in past tense and passive voice. So for your report, you need to be brief and to the point, because it's a factual description, children. And that is why you must report an event in the order in which things happened. Newspaper reports. Now, there are 2 types of reports. The first one that we are taking up, newspaper report, where the format is slightly different. The title or headline, which is brief, is followed by the name of the writer. You can also write by HT correspondent. HT stands for Hindustan Times. Or you can write TOI correspondent. That TOI stands for Times of India. Followed by date when the report is being written and place where it is being written. So it could be 1st January 2021, semicolon, Delhi. Start your report from next line. First paragraph is simply the expansion of your headline. Yes. Second paragraph is the factual description of the event or accident, whatever you are writing the report about. Third paragraph deals with the reaction of the witness or people present at the event. So it could be eyewitness for an accident, or it could be the people who were present at some event that took place. And fourth paragraph is about government action that has been taken so far or that has been announced. So you have to again write this paragraph depending upon your question. Magazine reports, the format is slightly different because here you have heading or title followed by name of the person who's writing the report, and after that you straight away start with the report. Okay, first paragraph in this will tell you about what it is, where, when, and for whom, who all were invited. That is written in the first paragraph of magazine report. Second paragraph, sequence of the event, any highlights to be described. Third paragraph, quote excerpts from chief guest's speech, and then finally your conclusion. So now let's look at a sample of your newspaper report. As you can see, this report has actually been taken straight away from the paper, but you have the title. Under that you have the name of the person, or here I have used by HT correspondent because it was taken from Hindustan Times. Then the date, place, and then you start with the report, which is divided into 3 paragraphs as it has been mentioned. The first paragraph, as you can see, is all about the introduction, isn't it? The first paragraph is introduction, and I've also highlighted what should go in this paragraph. I've tried to highlight that so that it's easy for you to understand. First paragraph is expansion of the headline. Second paragraph is actually talking about what is the issue that is being reported. And here, as you can see, there is one first person in direct speech. So the bill will now be tabled in the budget session. He said, whoever has said that, ABC said that, and it has been written in inverted commas so that the person knows that this is directly being said by this person. Okay, so as you can see, I've tried to highlight what is important. Please, if you could do that, it will be great, children. If you could put if you could highlight it or underline the key points. Okay, and then the last paragraph talks about the conclusion. Yes, whatever is the government action in this case, whatever is the ultimate result of this report. So basically the conclusion. Okay. The next one is your magazine report, and now as you can see, the title is given, which talks about cultural fest. It is written by Latika Tandon, so the name of the writer has been given, and then the first paragraph clearly tells you what was organized, when it was organized, where it was, and who all were invited. Many schools from the city took part. So all that is mentioned in the first paragraph. Yes, absolutely. And the second paragraph talks about the sequence of the event, and it talks about that how it opened up with Saraswati Vandana and how it was followed by welcome speech given by the principal, Mrs. Kapoor. So it's talking about the events and all that happened. The next paragraph clearly quotes what the chief guest had to say. So the chief guest praised the entire event immensely, and then finally you can see the conclusion was that everyone went home very happy and hoping that such mega events should be organized time and again, giving the students a chance to display their talents. So this is how the paragraphs have been divided. So remember this, children, divide your long writing skills in paragraphs. Highlight the keywords. That is very important. Okay? I hope this video was of some help. All the best. God bless.